Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could. Sorry,
Oh,
my
okay.
bad. I muted myself from my mic and didn't realize.
What's up, dude?
What's up?
It has been a hot minute.
It has. Well, like the last time we did it, I think was 2 weeks ago.
I think it's been longer.
Has it been longer? Shit.
I'm pretty sure.
I think it was 2 weeks ago since I posted on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because it took me I don't know why it takes me so long to post onto YouTube. Like all I have to do is like put in like maybe 3 or 4 transitions, put in like a thing for the front of it, like the intro picture, like an intro music and an outro thing.
Right.
But it takes me so goddamn long every time to do it. It's funny, but I should really, really try harder. Maybe next time. Alright, let me post this onto my Snap real quick. Yep, attach the Snap. And then let's post this on the story and see if anyone joins. Alright, okay. And there we go. So, we don't have, okay, I do have a conversation that we can have, but I want to know, is there anything you want to talk about first? Or anything, we have to start our rant every time we start. I forgot about that. So what do you
Yeah,
want to rant about?
it's usually you. You start.
Yeah, but I was like, you know what, I'll be nice for once. I'll give you something to rant about. While I think about something to rant about. Um, I have a lot of things to rant about, but like,
Do it. Let it rip, boy.
I don't know if it's more like more personal, like things I want to rant about myself, not about like someone else. Something
Ah,
that annoys me about me, and I'm like, I don't really need to rant about that. I just need to fix it.
fair enough.
Not a, uh, uh, yeah, I got nothing for one. This is the first time I don't have anything to truly rant about that isn't like a conversation. Like something like that's just like, an open and close. This is annoying. This is stupid. It's more like, okay, we need to kind of like do a little bit of a deep dive into it.
Right.
Okay, you know what? You have nothing to rant about?
Ah. Uh. Nah, no, not really. Life's good. Life's good.
That's
I
a
took all
mood.
of last week to just de-stress and
Yeah, that's fair.
with
That's
like
fair.
shit going on at work and stuff. And
Yeah, I
I
heard
just
you.
took the time to like let go and calm myself down a bit. It's
No,
chilling,
you
yo. We're
need those
chilling
kind of
now.
days. Yeah, you need those kind of days because if you don't, you're kind of just gonna continuously just keep bringing new shit that like, especially
Yeah.
okay with for example this week I have a test. I had a test yesterday. I have a
Uh-huh.
presentation due today, and I have another like giant essay due on Friday. So like already three of those things are not easy stuff, right? But
Right.
then if I brought like the stresses I had from last week onto this week, it's just gonna make my life a fucking living hell. So I'm not gonna
Oh
get to
yeah.
go through it, right? So like I realized that like a lot of the big things with that. Oh, here's my rant then. A lot of the big things with life, especially, is that you have to make sure that you don't keep dwelling on the past, even if it's something that is in your present. Understand that it was like whatever happened in the past. Try to fix it if you can, but if you can't, it's better to let go of it and move on, and to try to
Exactly.
focus on the present moment.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a little bit of Buddhism philosophy as well.
Yeah.
Live in the fucking
Yeah.
present. But let's see. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Took the time to de-stress. Uh, took a lot of edibles. Um, I've been popping them like crazy, man.
I know, man.
I've come across this one, and like they taste really good, and it's really hard to like control once you start.
But okay, here's my problem. All right. See, the ones you have, like how much is it total? Like all of them
It's
together?
uh
10,
20.
right? 10
20,
mg?
20.
Oh, 20 altogether, right?
Yeah.
My entire thing, one bag of it is 250, and each individual is 25.
And how
So
much
it
did that
makes it
bag cost you?
$25.
It's not bad. How many pieces are
It's
there?
10. It's actually like worth it. Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying technically 250 per
For a high.
per eddy. Yeah, right. And the problem with those ones are because that's way past my limit. Like my limit is maybe 15.
Oh, really?
You know this. That's like I remember I texted you.
When I used to take the pills, that would pop like maybe 20 to 25 mg at a time.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't do that. Like I remember I texted you when I took the pills and I was at
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, I was on some next level talking. I remember I was opening TikTok and just giggling at like the top of my lungs over the
Yeah.
stupidest of things, right? But so then when I did a 25 now, the problem is it's like during the time it's great. I love it
Mhm.
because I have no responsibilities. I can just like game or like I can watch a YouTube video or something, right?
Right.
The problem is I go to sleep and when I wake up, I'm still
Oh,
like it's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
gone.
It's still
So I'm
there.
like, oh. And so that becomes a problem because then I have to like actually do stuff now, right? Like I have to study, I have to take care of my dog and stuff,
Right.
right? And when that happens, it's like I don't think you like going on a walk with a dog while you're still high is the weirdest feeling ever.
Yeah, no, I know exactly
Because
what you're talking about.
like I'm on a walk and then midway through I'm like, yo, wait, where the hell am I? And I look down like, oh
Yep.
yeah, I'm with my dog.
Yeah.
And then like I'll see someone coming and I'll be so stressed and like I have to control my dog. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a next level. It's I love doing it once in a while, but it's so annoying. So like now I have to plan out whenever I'm going to do it. Like there's demons and monsters. They're not gonna look pretty.
You like completely cut off for like 30 seconds.
Oh shoot, okay, wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So basically was so you know I got the PS5, right?
Yep.
And the first game I got on it was Devil May Cry 5.
Right.
And so this game, it's a hack and slash game, but it also has like a horror aspect to it because you know you're killing demons, you're killing monsters.
Right.
So one time I was like, I think this is like the third mission in the game, but I got really high and I'm like, okay, I have like a high gaming channel, so I was
Mhm.
posting me playing on the game. And so one scene, there's like this monster that like comes out of like a wall and it's just a white mask and like complete black like shadow thing. It comes out and attacks you.
Right.
And normally this is fine. Like I can watch that and be like, ah, it's fucking great. But when you're high, oh, that terrified me.
Oh yeah, no,
And
I
it's
know.
like,
I played Resident Evil one time when I was big.
yeah.
And I was in my basement and the lights were all off and like shit's just running at you and I was like borderline screaming.
And like I have to also make sure that I'm like screaming. Like I have to be calm while also being extremely terrified. I mean, now
Mhm.
here's the thing though. Even if I'm like high and like if I'm on a call with someone and I'm playing it, it's not as bad, right? It was the fact that like I was alone in my basement playing this game with one of the most terrifying things coming at me. I'm like, oh. And so now the problem with that is now whenever I play the game like sober, right? Like even if I go down and play right now, I have an inherent fear now whenever I play the game. Though I've beaten like all the other like 4 games before, right, and I can still play this game and I'm good at this game and it doesn't scare me. I have that inherent fear due to the past experience, which is stupid for some reason. I've always questioned it. It's such a weird thing. But yeah, no,
Yeah, I know.
that
I
was
feel
my
that.
one mistake. That was like my one mistake when gaming, being high.
I'm never gonna play Resident Evil again.
It
It's a great game though.
is. It's like that's what makes me so mad because like Devil May Cry 5, like the Devil May Cry series itself is one of my favorite games. I love that series, and I'm
Right.
excited to see what they do with it more. But whenever I go downstairs to play the game now, I have to be on call with someone, or else for some reason I'm terrified. And like, it's stupid. But like
Yeah.
the one person listening right now knows what I'm talking about because there's someone I actually call whenever I play the game. Oh wait.
I yeah. Ah. I yeah. I yeah. I yeah.
Women.
I wanted to say it sounded like a guy jacking off. But then I'm like, oh wait, that's a woman. It could be a guy with a female profile. You never know. But it sounded like the man was just jacking off, and I'm like, oh. I mean, usually people go on like P-Hub and then they listen to audios and do it. They don't usually listen to two guys talking about their stoner stories and then go at it. But to each their own, right? To each their own.
Yep.
Oh, wait.
Little Buddha gets 0 hoes, absolutely 0 play.
Damn, how do you feel, man? You just got attacked by one of our viewers.
I just got laid half an hour ago, so it's all good.
Yo, I'm not even gonna. You just okay.
Yep.
Okay, we're just gonna keep rolling. All right. Anything else you want to rant about? Oh, well.
I believe you. I definitely believe you.
See, I don't know if that was sarcastic or not, because
That was
usually you can
totally
hear
sarcastic.
sarcasm, but like it didn't sound sarcastic. Like I know it's supposed to be sarcastic.
Oh, there
Wait.
she's back again.
He took some balls and cock. Oh my god. I get the feeling that you like when a guy puts his balls in your ass too. I don't know. I just get that vibe from you.
I don't think that's physically possible.
Ah, her profile says feminist. Explains a lot.
Yo.
Now watch her come back to say some
Oh.
stupid shit again. Watch, ready? Give it 10 seconds.
Oh,
Ah,
not
there you
even
go.
2 seconds.
Oh
Alright.
no, it's definitely possible, but
Yep, there you go.
I feel like wait, I feel like she's saying that out of experience too.
Oh,
Oh,
oh my god. That's inappropriate.
damn, she's.
I got rid of her.
Oh god, is she like on something?
She's American.
You're just like destroying her profile. Oh wait, never mind. She has her star sign. Okay, no, never mind. That's bad. She has her star sign in her bio. You can tell people are insane when they put their astrology sign in their bio.
Yeah.
That was still one of the weirdest. I swear she's like the balls and the ass thing. I feel like she kind of like saying that out of experience. Like she's that type of kinky motherfucker. Has her dude put his balls in her ass. I don't think I legit do not think that's possible. But all right. Anywho, anything else we want to talk about? Any other rants before we go on to a more debatable topic?
Let's just get into it, yo.
Alright. So we've like burned through a lot of the topics we had planned, but I actually had one that I kind of recently had a conversation with another friend of mine, and I wanted to get more people's opinions on it.
Oh, just
Right,
by the
and
way,
so
if you hear something, I'm just eating chicken strips because I'm hungry.
oh, that's all
So,
good. I have like
excuse me.
I have a glass of water, and I have a granola bar. I have a cinnamon toast crunch treat bar.
Oh,
So
those
if
are
I
good,
randomly
yo.
start eating, yeah,
Those
they
are good.
are.
You eat those
I
when they're
have like
chopped? Oh my god.
That's the problem. Like, I've like gone through almost half a box because of that, so I need to stop. But okay, so the conversation was pro-life versus pro-choice. Oh wait.
Question, my guys. If your girlfriend ain't letting you do anal and it's something that really turns you on, like you really want to do it, basically, bro, and she ain't letting you do it, is that enough grounds to end the relationship? Because I don't know if I'm ready to say goodbye to her arsehole for the rest of my life, bro, or any hustle. So let me know, bro, because I'm very close to cheating right now. I really need some advice.
Oh my god.
Find
but
yourself a real
okay.
queen, King.
Okay, wait. Bro, if you're like close to cheating, you just don't want to be in that relationship. Just get out of the relationship at that point. No,
Drop it, brother.
nothing. Listen, if you really, really like her, if you're okay, wait, like serious talk, some serious relationship advice here, all right?
No, no
If
booty
you,
hole, no relationship. Period.
no. Okay, there's the shit talk one, but here's some actual serious like advice, okay? If you seriously really like her, okay? I would say give it a couple more months because there's a chance she'll come around because she's getting bored of the regular vanilla sex. All right? And that's if you like you're dropped that you love her with more than anything in your heart. You will take her over anything minus simping. No simping allowed. All right? That's what I mean. If this is a serious committed relationship, you can see this person being your fucking wife, then all right, stay through it. But if you have the idea that you want to cheat on her, at that point, man, just leave the relationship because if you even have the idea to do it, you're most likely not that much in love with her and you don't want to be with her in that aspect that long. So that's my serious advice. Take it as you please. End of the day, it is your own choice. Um, give me 1 second. I'll be like right back. Give me 2 seconds.
See what you got to say.
Card King. Bro, if any of that was possible. I've tried when she's sleeping. She's woken up and slapped me. I've done everything, bro. I even put fucking laxatives in her fucking food, bro. I need an asshole, bro. And if she's not willing to give that to me, and it's just not gonna work, I'm gonna go find myself an asshole, boys. Appreciate that little Buddha. My guy.
Good luck, broski. You'll find some out there.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my dad called and I kind of need to answer those or else he gets concerned.
Yep.
Okay, wait, what was the comment? I like completely missed. What the hell did he say?
He said he needed it. And I said, go find yourself another queen. And he said, I appreciate it. So he said he's
I
gonna
mean,
go out and look for some. And I said, good luck.
I mean, again, there's also the fact that like some people have open relationships. If you are that type of person, go do that. Right, at the end of the day, just make sure that you're not hurting someone else and you're not hurting yourself. Two big things. Don't hurt someone else and don't hurt yourself, and then you're all good. Alright, so let's hope we were about to get into a super serious conversation. And then that Alright, okay. So back to the serious convo. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and I can't remember why, but the topic of pro-life and pro-choice came up, and she was like very pro-choice, and I'm pro-life to an
Okay.
extent. There's a couple of like exceptions to it, but I'm more pro-life. All right. So first, what's your stand on it? Pro-life or pro-choice?
I'm a pro-choice guy.
Okay. So now, okay, that's actually really good because I wanted to have a conversation with someone who didn't agree with me. So, first, okay, so here's my big thing. So I'm pro-life, but there's three exceptions. All right.
Okay.
The first one is any Can I say the word? I want to say a word, but I don't know if I'll like. Fuck, we can't get monetized anyways. So any rape cases or like sexual assault cases, choice all the way, right? You didn't. It's different. That's a big different thing, right?
Right.
Any instance where the mother is killing the child in the womb somehow, like her body can't sustain the child, yes, because miscarriage is not great, right? So yes, okay, choice there. And the third and final one is if the child is killing the mother, be it at like any way the child is like the mother's body cannot sustain enough nutrients for itself and it's instead just giving it all to the child, then yes, third one, all right. But other than those three choices, I am all pro-life. Okay? So that's my
Well,
stand on
okay,
it.
but
Let me
okay,
hear
so
your
let's.
stand. Yeah.
I wouldn't. Okay, so if we're talking like that, then I wouldn't technically say I'm pro-choice in that sense. I guess it all just depends on the situation, like you just said, right?
Yeah.
So unless it's like an extreme situation, like you stated,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at that point, choice should be okay.
Yeah.
But in like all other cases where you guys do something and then you later decide that this isn't for me, I don't think that's a valid reason.
Yeah. And I think the big thing about it for me was people need to understand there's consequences to the actions you partake in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's it's one of those things where like I had this is her like I'm gonna be using the arguments my friend used against me because again
Okay.
she was 100% pro-life, so I have that like a little bit of criticism there, right?
Okay.
So her big thing was that she's like, I consent to the sex, but I don't consent to the child.
So then take proper precautions to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and I'm like, like then wear protection, do all that stuff. She's like, yeah, I get that, but what if I want to have bareback, or I want to do it raw?
Okay,
Like,
well, there's consequences to that.
yeah, and then I'm like, then you do consent to having a child. She's like, no, I don't. I consent to sex. I'm like, listen,
That's
honey,
not how it
listen here.
works.
It doesn't. You need to consent to an action and the consequences to said action. If I
Mhm.
go into a fight, I cannot be going in there be like, I consent to getting hurt, but I do not consent to dying. There is a chance that I will die if I get into a street fight, right?
Mhm.
If I go into a street fight, I need to understand that I'm risking my life to a potential, right? I don't know if someone's gonna pull a gun at me. Maybe they will, right? So I have to understand that that's a consequence to an action I take,
Right.
all right? And then another argument she had was I was talking about I think the wait, we'll listen to this and then I'll go on.
No, I consent to having sex, and I consent to you wearing a freaking condom and me taking some form of birth control pills to not have a child. That's what I consent to.
Okay, that's a
Alright,
fair
so yeah.
point. That's a
No, that's
very fair
fair.
point.
But the
Because
problem
yes, you
is,
want to go
yeah,
raw, but you're taking the proper precautions to avoid an unplanned or unwanted pregnancy. Now, there's people out there that just don't give a shit and they're raw dogging everyone everywhere. That's not fair.
I mean, okay, here. So I'll take her thing. So say whoever just talked. All right, say you take all the precautions, right? You you wear a condom. She takes sorry, you don't wear a condom because we're talking about raw here, right? So she takes the plan B, not plan B, sorry, birth
Birth
control. She
control.
does everything, right? She does everything, but she still gets pregnant because again, it's not 100% guaranteed, right? We have to
Right.
understand that with probability, it's not 100% guaranteed. If she gets a child and she's like, if I'm with a person and we do it, she has birth control, but there's no abortion there because even though you took there's still a risk, right? No matter how small the risk is, there is still exists there, right? You consent to an action, there is going to be the consequences, no matter how small the percentage of that action or consequence is,
Right.
right? And okay, wait, let me hear this again.
I consent to going to the pharmacy and buying a plan B and taking a plan B and not being worried about a child.
Okay, no matter what you take, Plan B, condoms, do dental dam, whatever, all the 1 billion different types of barrier devices or protective devices, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? No matter how many of them you take, there is still always going to be a very small possibility that something will happen, right? That is a fair assumption to make. Condom can break, or sometimes the condom just doesn't fucking work because it's a shitty condom, right? In that instance, if you have sex, right, you still have to understand there is a possibility that something can happen. You're consenting to the action that something can happen, right? it doesn't matter how much, like, what's a good way to explain this?
Oh boy.
So let's hear her thing before I think of an explanation for this.
Plan B is called an abortion pill. I just call Plan B is an abortion pill. No, that's not how it works. A woman has every right to do whatever she wants with her body, and if she decides that if she got pregnant and she wants to terminate the pregnancy, that is the right that she have, and that is between her and her doctor, and no one else. No one else.
And this is why I fucking hate feminists. You want me to tell you why?
Oh god.
Her literal talk just now is her choice, only her choice. Why? Remember, it takes two to do a tango, right? It takes two to do the tango. So, like, if I'm with a girl and she wants to abort it, but I'm like, no, I want to keep the child, my voice doesn't fucking matter for some reason. And this is why I fucking hate pro-choice so much, is because it's not pro-choice, it is pro-female choice, right? The man gets no choice in this matter, and that kind of kills on the equality aspect of everything.
Well, I feel like it's
Right.
kind of fair to some extent because you're not
It
the
is
one
fair.
bearing
Okay,
the
wait,
child, right?
yeah, but the problem I get with this is that, like, it takes two to do a tango, right? You can't be like, it's not like you just magically got pregnant on your own, like, desire, right? You kind of had to do it with someone to do it, all right? And with that happening, right? It should still be a fair thing that if the man wants to have the child, it should still be up his own prerogative to have the child, right? And the other way around, say the female wants to keep the child, but the man's like, no, we can't keep the child, right?
Right.
It's still her choice only, not his, right? And it's just the same thing with any laws containing to kids, right? Be it birth, child law, everything. It's more more moved towards a female audience, right? And so that kind of kills the equality aspect of it when you're just like, she's the only one who gets to make the decision. Now, I get it. I understand that she's the one who has to go through the 9 months of labor. She's the one who has to be through physical pain to deliver the child. But again, it still should be a fair thing, right? Now, I'm going to back up a little bit because she did talk about Plan B, which is called the abortion pill. Now, I'm not talking about that when I'm saying abortion. I'm talking about people who are like in the third trimester, second trimester, and they're now having abortions, where it's like the child is almost fully there, but they're like, now I'm good, peace, and they have abortion. Or like they go and do the first scan and they see a child and then they have an abortion. That's different. All right. Plan B, if you take Plan B the night after you do it, all right, that is fine because it is technically a form of protection. All right. But if you're the one, like someone that goes out of their way, once you've done the scan, you see there's a child growing inside you, and then you go get an abortion, I'm like, nah, B. That's your own consequence. You should face that consequence of that action you had. But all right, let them talk a little bit.
I don't give a fuck if you hate feminists. I'm telling you that a woman has a right to do whatever she wants with her body. She does. Like, you also have to think about it in this aspect. Especially, I live in the United States of America. I don't know where you live at. If the government has the right to tell you what to do with your body, and women are human beings, if the government has the right to tell you as a human being, a woman, what to do with their body, then you do not live in a free state. You do not live in a free state. That is no one's business but a woman and her doctors. That's it.
All right.
All right, wait. Let me tackle that first before we go to the next message. I live in Canada, and so does Sid. We both live in the lovely country of Canada. Last I checked, I might be 100% wrong, but I don't think the government can legally tell anyone what to do with their body. They can't tell you that you have to cut off your arm if you don't want to cut off your arm. If you have like a cancer cell in your arm, they're going to be like, you should probably cut off your arm. But it's still your prerogative to choose to cut off your arm or not. When it comes to something like childbirth and pregnancies and abortions, be it your body, you have another life growing inside of you. At that point, it's another body. And as such, if we're using your theorem of like it's your body, your choice, well, that the body that's growing inside of you at that point doesn't really have a choice. If you choose to abort it, you're making a choice for it. Or at least that's her theorem. I'm not. I'm literally using the words that she used, right?
Fight, fight, fight.
You want me to fight, my guy.
I love listening to this shit.
Okay, let's hear the second one.
But see, any law that becomes kids, the law says that that is not a human. It's not a kid. It's not a kid yet. It's called a fetus. If you read the law, it's called a fetus. It does not become a baby until it takes its first breath. So that's the difference. That is the difference, you know? It is a fetus, and it lives because of that woman. So unless you are deciding to carry a child within your own body, then you cannot tell a woman what to do with her body. That is between her and her doctor.
All right. Okay, let's tackle this one now before we go to the next one. Geez, she keeps sending messages. This is the most conversation I've had with someone. Oh, wait, let me let my dog out real quick. Okay, so her thing was that a human isn't a human until it takes its first breath, but then again, it is still a life, right? By the time that remember I talked about was second, third trimesters, right? By the time a brain has developed for the fetus and a beating heart has developed for a fetus, you're still killing something that is alive. Be it a fetus, child, or whatever you want to name it, right? It is alive. So at that point, you killing it should be deemed murder at that point if you really want to get into the specifics of law, right? But be it that your body is the one supporting it, right? It still shouldn't just be your choice alone because you're not the one who created it. It's not like you magically were one day just sitting down on the couch and poof, a fetus is now inside your womb and it's doing it. It should be like what I'm saying is the reason I don't like pro-choice and I'm more pro-life is because it's only the woman's choice and only theirs,
Yeah,
right? Now, if it's different of like a woman and a man and they both agree on the point, that's a different topic because that is not what pro-choice is. Pro-choice is just the woman's choice. That's it. It stops right there. Nothing else is just a woman's choice. Pro-life is that everyone is fair in game, right? No matter whose choice it is, it's done. That is technically more equality than pro-choice. The thing that you guys are fighting for is giving more power to one than the other, right? I'm talking again. Be it that like I might be talking on my ass, but I'm like trying to explain every single point, right? I'm talking about the basis of what you guys are talking about, which is equality, which is what every feminist is fighting for. If you want equality, you can't give only one person a choice in it when it's determined, right? End of the day, if it was the pro-choice was talking about the choices of men and women, I'd be like, all right, that's a little bit more fair. But it's not. It's just women's choice on what they want to do, which is what I kind of find fucked. Right? Okay. Do you have anything you want to say? Oh, geez, she is sending fucking messages. Oh, okay. Do you want to say anything, Sid, or should we tackle?
No, I'm listening. I'm enjoying this. Keep going.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What do you... So you don't think the government telling women they cannot have an abortion is not the government telling them what to do with their body? Of course it is. And the fact is that even if abortion is illegal in the United States of America, they're still going to have backdoor abortions. This is the reason why abortion became legalized, because so many women were dying of backdoor abortions. And if you want to talk about the legal aspect of it, the Supreme court at the time who legalized abortion were all conservative. They realized that there were more women dying of backdoor abortions, and this is a more safe way to do it if it's going to happen anyway.
Oh fuck, man, that's just I really want to punch this person at the moment.
Get
That's
him.
like saying, like, no, that like her argument is if something is happening, it might as well make it legal for it to happen, right? I want to make sure. Wait, before we go on, is that the understanding you got from it, Sid? I want to get like an outside someone who's not arguing against her. What she's basically saying is, because something is happening and it's gonna happen no matter what, it's better that we make it be legal so that it's more safely done.
Okay, so from what I understood, that's
Yeah.
not what she was trying to come across as. I took more of a let's make it legal and try to make it a little bit more safer so that people aren't dying. And
Okay. So it's
I still don't
basically.
feel like it's the right thing to do, but
Oh yeah.
that's
I
just
just
what
want.
I
I
understood from
literally.
what she
Yeah.
said.
I literally
Yeah.
just wanted you to explain it to me just to make sure that I have the right understanding before I tackle it, right? I want to always have another outside source because, again,
Right.
one of the big problems I've realized with every conversation I've had is language. People have different ways of saying things and it comes across the wrong way. Now, when tackling the backdoor abortions thing, then don't fucking have sex if you don't want to have a child. Like, I don't get the fucking problem with people. If you don't want to have a child, just don't do it, and then you don't have to go and get killed doing an abortion. Making it legal just gives another person a redo button, right? I don't understand why people don't get through their fucking heads that you shouldn't give someone the option to redo an action that has a consequence to it. It's like me taking a knife, stabbing someone, and then being like, oh, I don't want that anymore, and then hitting a redo button. Like that's what an abortion is to me, is that you're choosing, you be it that you take all the precautions to do it, it's still an action you took and there's a consequence behind it, right? If you want to eliminate backdoor abortions, then don't fucking have sex if you're not ready to have a child, right? Like we're seeing children going at it when they're 13. I'm like, that's a big problem right off the bat. And I get it, that's something that's never going to happen, right? You're never going to make it so 13-year-olds don't have sex. They're horny, hormonal teenagers running amok. But making something legal because it's safer doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Like, I have no real way to explain that because unless, like, just because someone's going to do something doesn't mean that we should make it legal to make it safer. It's like we're gonna have crackheads everywhere, right? That's an obvious thing. We're gonna have people who want to do meth. Us making it legal and having stations for them to do it isn't gonna make it safer for them. It's still gonna make them be meth heads. They're still gonna do crack, right? It's just now it's easier to get. Same thing that happened with weed, right? But the thing with weed is that there's no real repercussions other than if you smoke too much of it, you're going to get lung cancer, and there's a small little things with your head and your headspace. But with abortions, you're killing something. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. 4 more messages I have to get through. Okay, let's do this.
It is not officially alive until it is able to live outside of a woman's body. That is what the law says. It is not officially alive until it's able to live outside of a woman's body. Case closed. And I'm going to keep on saying it. It is not your decision of what a woman does with her body. She is her own individual. She is a human. And if she decides to go to a doctor and have an abortion, it is nobody's business.
Okay, let's tackle this again part by part. Okay. Now I need to pull up the law. Fuck, man. Okay, before, you know what? I'll take the second part while I pull up the law. Second thing she said was, I have no right to tell a woman what to do with her body. Yeah, you're right. I don't. You can do whatever you want with your body, but The second a woman is bearing my child, I should have some right to talk about it and say like, yeah, no, I would like the child. Like at that point, again, big thing. It takes two to do a tango, right? If me and a person, right, most likely I'm going to be in a relationship with them or we're going to be married at that point, right? If we have a child, if we're like at that point, I don't give a shit because I don't think you understand how emotionally distressing it is for a man as well to see that there's a chance I have a child and then the woman's like, no. They get no say in the matter. It's just a no. Right? You can do as you please with your body, but once you add another body into it, that's a different matter. Okay, I still need to pull up the law now. God fuck. Yo, wait, Sid, do you know what the abortion laws in Canada are? Because now I didn't know if there's any. Abortion law in Canada. Okay, we'll see the Canadian one, because that's what kind of applies to me and you. So it is legal in all stages of pregnancy, which is kind of fucked, because you can be like a day away from giving birth, and then you can be like, I want to abort now. Again, why I don't like pro-choice, because you can do it at any fucking time, which shouldn't probably happen. You know, you go like 3 months, 4, 5 months into it, and you're like, I don't want this anymore, and you just decide then that you're gonna give an abortion. Oh God, there is so much words. All right, let's see. The Supreme Court decision. Okay. So, basically, by forcing a woman by threat of criminal sanction to carry a fetus to term unless she meets certain criteria unrelated to her own priorities and aspirations is infringing. Oh, that's my dog. Infringing on her right to be a person. Okay. Yes, it does infringe on the right because you're forcing her to do it, but you still need to, like, you know, have her carry out the consequence to an action that she partook in. Now remember, I told you at the start of this, there's 3 examples where I'm like, all right, I will let it, which is one of them is literally where it's not her own actions that kind of befall this consequence, right? But if it was her own actions, she should probably have to go on with it because she made the choice to do it. Right? Now let's take the legal aspect out of it because let's be honest here, everyone's a snowflake, so they're gonna do whatever makes sense to not hurt anyone's feelings, right? Sad reality, I've realized now. If it's something that makes sense, right? It doesn't make sense to me literally if you have made a choice. And no matter where you are in a pregnancy, you just decide one day, you're like, this is not for me. I want to click redo. And you just get a nice little button that you can click. And it's boom, magically, you don't have a child anymore. Now, yes, there is the emotional, financial scarrings you want to talk about. But still, again, it's a consequence for your action that you should probably have to live up to. Right? No, okay, before we go on, anything else you want to say on the sideline, Sid?
No, not really. I agree with what you say. I just find it interesting how other people put forth their opinions and are becoming, at this point, repetitive.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day,
Each their own.
understand. Yeah, to each their own, right? That's a big thing I'll say. But anyways, let's go on to the next question. 3 more to go.
No, I think you're just mansplaining what pro-choice is. Most of the time it is between a woman and a man. And a lot of time it's just making decisions of like, hey, listen, I don't think we can have this child. Or we just met and I'm pregnant. What do you want to do now? You think a woman just gets pregnant and doesn't tell her partner that she's pregnant? Or the person that she had sex with that she's pregnant? That's probably like a little bit, very slim chance. Most of the time it's just women that were in relationships, or they had a friend with benefits, or they just can't raise a child right now. Like, I don't know if you, like, have a lot of relationships, but it's mostly the men. We do talk to the men. We do talk to the men. When I got pregnant, me and the father of my son had a conversation. It always deals with a conversation.
I never said there wasn't a conversation. Whoa, now you're putting words in my mouth. That I don't like. I never said there wasn't a conversation. I said there can be one, but at the end of the day, it's her choice that dictates what really happens, right? It's never a unanimous decision between the two most times. It's mostly just whatever the woman wants, right? If the woman wants to keep it and the father's like, no, we can't do it, the woman will sometimes just keep going with it and have a child, right? That's why I do not like pro-choice, because it doesn't work both ways. And don't fucking say I'm mansplaining something. I'm just fucking explaining my point of view of it. What the fuck is wrong with you having to put man in front of something? That's the stupidest motherfucking thing I've ever heard. I always fucking hate when people say I'm mansplaining, manspreading.
Okay, calm down. Calm down.
Nah, man. Nah. You know how stupid those sound? When someone's like, oh, you're manspreading. No, I'm just letting my balls breathe. Like, why the fuck do you have to put a man in front of something to make it sound different? No, I'm just explaining my side of pro-choice, how I understand it. Because again, there's also people who understand different words in different ways, right? Different movements have different meanings to people. We talked about this when it came to feminism, right? How I see feminism nowadays is what a lot of people see as a modern day or neo-feminism, right? Or how I see equalism as what other people see as feminism. So yes, I am going to fucking explain pro-choice, because if I don't, someone's gonna have a different definition in their fucking head, and I need to make sure our like mindsets align so that the points are fair. Okay? I fucking hate when people say you're mansplaining something. You're manspreading. No, I'm fucking just
chill out.
talking. No, man. Okay.
Oh man, okay.
Fucking hate people. See, this is why I don't
play
like
her
people at
play her
times.
message again. Play her next one.
Oh, the next one. I don't want.
Oh,
Okay.
there's a lot.
First of all, you're not tackling anyone because you're two men trying to speak about what a woman should do with her body. You're two men. Do you realize that? You're two men who probably do not. Do you think giving birth is easy? Do you know how many women in society have given birth and died? You know, many centuries ago, for a woman to give birth was a death sentence. And even to a lot of women of color these days, because of the failed medical system that we have in the United States of America, it is a death sentence.
Okay, we're not tackling anything because we're two men who have a conversation about this. Okay, first off, are you not a woman? I'm giving you an open mic, am I not? Like, it's not like I'm censoring anyone. I'm letting people speak freely. Yes, we are two men talking about a topic that is dictating a lot of what on people's minds, right? Yes, we're tackling the topic. Yes, we're two men. Again, I'm going to be really redundant, but we are still opening the mic and the floor to anyone. I not only post this on here, but some people who can't watch our live, I even post it on YouTube so people can leave comments about their thoughts on it. I then also, I don't think if you listened to the first part of it, but I said, this is a conversation I had with a female friend of mine, and I wanted someone else's topic on it. Yes, we're two men talking about it, but we're letting other people talk, especially like you. I've answered I think now it's been 7 of your fucking voice messages. If I was not being nice and not tackling this issue, I would have censored you a long time ago. God damn. Just saying I'm a man and I can't tackle an issue like that. All right. Last one. You ready, Sid?
Yep, let's get it.
Okay.
Bro, then you're telling people not to have sex? What? You're obviously two people that have never been in any type of relationships before, or gotten laid or anything. It's more complicated than that, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that two men are trying to talk about abortion when you don't go through it. You've never given birth. You've never held a child within your body, and if you think it's easy to hold a child, you need to try it.
Don't get pregnant. The fuck, it's not that hard.
Okay, wait. I forgot that she said something in the last one. I just got really pissed off by the mansplaining and all this shit, so I missed that. She was talking about like how I don't understand the pains of being pregnant. No shit. I'm a dude. I can't really. You can experience it now because of modern day technology. You can feel what it's like to have contractions and shit. It's not easy. I understand that, but like, it's not like I'm saying that if a woman were to have a child, right? I'm not saying the man is allowed to leave either. This is something my fault. I did forget to talk about. If like it was approached life kind of thing, the man would have to stay there and financially support the woman. It has to be like that as well, right? There has to be some way that the man is putting in some effort so that the woman doesn't feel like her right now where she's complaining about pregnancy and shit. I get it, it's not easy, but again, you chose to go down this route. It was an action that you took, and you have to understand there's a consequence to an action. And yes, I get it. You want to say that we're men who have never been laid or been in a relationship. That's your own prerogative to believe it. We have been in relationships. We have been laid. So we know it's not easy to say no to sex. And I literally, I think you need to fucking listen to what I say really well. Because I said, I get it, that's never going to happen. You have 13-year-olds getting pregnant because their hormonal teens are running amok. I understand that even now, as a 20, I'm 20 years old. As a 20-year-old, it's not easy. But I understand that if I go into a relationship, I understand that if I'm going to have sex, that a consequence to that can be that there's going to be a child. I understand that mistake, right? And if you don't want to have a child, don't have sex. It's a fair thing. I'm not like saying don't do sexual activities. Remember, I literally said, Sid, you can back me up on this word, especially. I said do not have sex. I did not say you can't do sexual activities. There is a multiple.
Okay, look, it's not even like the point here isn't to stop you from doing what you want to do. Just make sure you take the right precautions, but then don't take steps afterwards, which is like controversial at that point, right? Like,
yeah, my big thing is if you take it within like, we'll say 3 days. 3 days. That's a little framework right there, okay? 3 days. If you take a plan B after you've had sex, good on you. You wear a condom. You did birth control. Good on you. But after those 3 days, if something does happen, because again, no matter how much they say it's 100% chance, there's always going to be a small little sliver of a probability that something doesn't work. Okay? When that happens, you have to accept that this was a consequence of an action you took. Okay? And again, because this was our big point of don't have sex. I said literally do not have sex. But that does not mean that you guys can't have other sexual activities like giving head to each other. There's anal if you really badly want to do that, right? You can use toys. There is so much, especially with our lovely society nowadays, there's so many other things you can do if you want to stimulate yourself. So
that's not even the point, though. The point here is nobody's telling you to not take a dick, but
oh yeah,
don't let if you want to get raw dog, just take your precautions. Don't get pregnant and then get an abortion and say, yeah, I can do that because I have the right. No, you're killing somebody. Like, the fuck? Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm just literally just attacking her point that she said because I said don't have sex. And I'm like, and I literally, even when I said that, I'm like, I understand that's impossible.
She's chopping up phrases.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, she sent another one.
Another one, yep.
United States of America.
Wait. Oh shit. Okay, sorry. That's not to you. It's just someone followed me and it made me laugh for a second.
I 100% agree with what you're saying because we do have the power. I'm sorry about the noise in the background, but we do have the power and the capability of not getting pregnant. We're grown.
Alright, okay, see, there we go. That's a little bit more reasonable. I'm not saying don't have sex, don't take dick, don't do as you do. Have fun. Be a fucking freak for all I care about. But
Play it
don't
safe.
play it safe. And
Period. End of
if something
discussion. Just
happens,
play it safe.
yeah, wait. Play it safe, but if something happens, don't go and start whining about your rights because again, it was a consequence to an action you took. I think she like gave up on me and just left.
That's fine. I'm cool with that, yo. I was low-key enjoying it, but whatever.
I was okay with it until she said mansplaining. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't fucking do. That's like one of the more like they're like talking about how I'm being sexist. That's sexist. Putting the word man in front of something because I'm explaining my point of view on a topic, bruh. And yes, two men can talk about abortions and about pregnancy because it takes two to do a tango, number one. And the second point is it's not just two men. We're letting women speak, we're letting men speak, we're letting non-binary people speak, trans people, we're letting everyone speak if they want to have a voice, right? I've said that on every single podcast we've done. This is the 6th one, and I've said if at any point you want to talk, you can talk. If you miss this, it's on YouTube, so you can leave a comment there and we'll get back to it. I try to make it as open as possible so people have the option where they can like talk about controversial things and not be attacked about it. But yeah, that was fun.
Extremely.
Oh, I did not expect to have to get that heated about that stupid thing.
Hey, I just got a new follow too. Let's get it.
Who followed you?
The same person that followed you.
You know what makes it even funnier? This person, I was on a call with them a week ago, and they like attacked me because I was doing a podcast with you. It was fucking hilarious. She was like, "I'm never gonna listen to your podcast because you're doing it with him," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, okay.
No, but she it's better now. She's a lot more calm-minded about it. It was just really funny the way they like messaged me about it was just because on call they didn't have their video on. They were just attacking, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. Oh, goddamn. Goddamn. Okay, what other conversations can we talk about that won't spark controversy? Because we already had that. We have our one controversial topic. Let's not add another one. As much as it would be fun. Oh, he's reconnecting. Oh, there he is. As much as it would be fun to have another controversial topic, we should probably not have another one and have another heated match against someone. Or me have another heated match against someone. Oh.
I've been having a good week and a half, and I want to keep it that way. So
you don't want someone coming to attack. Yeah.
I don't want nobody disturbing my peace, yo.
Yo, I feel like I say more and do more stupid shit to get attacked. You're like the safe one of us two.
I play it safe.
No,
I mean, I'll say stuff when I feel like it's the time to say stuff. But for someone that's saying the same thing over and it's only between a woman and her doctor. Like
at that point, I'll go against it and I'll like argue and just here's the thing. I said this before. I want to be as fair as possible, right? And to do that, I have to attack not attack. I have to reflect on every single point given. And even if they're redundant, I'll be redundant. I really don't mind, right? I also, again, to be fair, you have to make sure you say everything that they talk about. And I don't have a filter because I've learned slowly, the more you filter things, the more harder it is to get a good opinion out of someone, right? And end of the day, I would just like everyone to like be able to talk where they're not second guessing every single word they say.
Right.
right? And to do that, again, you have to be unfiltered, sadly, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna do one thing real quick is I'm gonna go through all our videos and see if anyone left a comment. Because again, remember, I said we are very open to having people question us. Let's see. So first video, nothing. Second video, nothing. Third one, this is our one on being psychoanalytical, nothing. Our fourth one, which was at the time one of our most controversial topics, but I found out this one was way more controversial. Oh, and nothing. On all 5 of our podcasts, we have no comments. And then she goes out to say that we're not being fair and it shouldn't be us having. No, I opened the floor to everyone to talk at any
Okay,
time.
dude, we're past that. Come on.
Now I gotta
calm
say,
it down.
you know why? It pisses me off when someone says I'm not fair about something when I do all this stuff and they're like, no. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? And it's also just to reiterate for anyone else joining right now that they have the ability to go on anytime. And I'm kind of like trying to like promote our YouTube channel because we have like what? We have like 7 subscribers, not many
Let's
views.
get
We
it.
need more. We need more, man. I need more. We need fucking shit. Yeah, no. Yeah, let's see who we have. 1 viewer right now. Would you like to say anything to us at the moment?
I know
Be
who's
it.
listening, and I know she has something to say, but she's not going to say it. But I know she has something
Wait, who
to
is listening at the moment?
say. Pretty sure. Wait. Yep, the person that just sent a reaction.
Oh, wait,
Just
let's
say
see.
it.
Wait.
Just say it. We're not gonna lash at you like that girl did.
Yeah, I only lashed at her because of the 1 comment she made. Other than that, I was like, all right.
We're waiting, Julia.
We would like to hear, again, remember, we like to hear other people's topics, other people's opinions when we do these things, because
I can promise you on behalf of Sid and Anuja that we won't come for you. Don't worry.
I didn't even come for the other person either. I just attacked her for 1 word.
We are now calm and reserved individuals.
Here, I'll drink a glass of water so that you'll know that I'm going to be calm.
Or how about Anuja will just stay quiet and I'll do the talking from now on.
Oh, damn. Wow, that's not hurtful. Ouch. No, she doesn't want, she doesn't want to say anything.
Want to.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
if I
okay.
was her, I wouldn't want to say anything either.
No, man, I only went off once. Out of our 6 podcasts, this is the only time I went off, and it was because of the 1 comment that I just did not like. Other than that, I'm calm-ish. Very, very heavy emphasis on the ish. Oh, okay, I guess we should. Oh, never mind. Oh,
I agree with mainly everything you said, but there has to be a point where it's like unacceptable to be mad at a woman for like aborting at a later stage just because like things can happen and like her partner can leave her and then she won't be good financially. I don't know. There has to be like a point where it's like, okay, that's a pass. And it's just not bad like at any time.
oh, okay.
I feel like
mean,
there's certain circumstances that
yeah,
that should influence it.
yeah. I think
Like
she
you
joined in
said,
too
the
late.
whole
Yeah, I think
the
that's
whole
why
finance.
she's saying that.
Oh no, she was there from the beginning.
She was there from the start. Oh, okay, yeah, no.
But I feel like what you're saying makes sense. Not like I won't rage at you like somebody else did, but
Hey.
I feel like yes, there is. Oh fuck. I feel like yes, there is an acceptable time frame, I guess. But again, nowadays what's happening is people are like abusing it to a certain extent. I think that's not fair.
Yeah. So there are certain circumstances where no matter the point in when they're pregnant, yes, I understand that like there has to be, but like say okay, so your example you gave was like their partner leaves them, right? there's an easy solution for that where it's like court mandated that they have to be there for them. Because I said again, it's the two to tango thing where like both parties have to understand the consequences to the action. I'm not saying the woman's the only one that has to befall everything, right? I want to make sure that I emphasize that point is that it's both the man and the woman in that relationship, and that whatever it is that are having the child, they're both going to have to be responsible, right? Be it the father has to be more financially responsible for it and the mother has to be more physically responsible. It should be like that. And there should be certain circumstances where, like, again, we talked about rape or sexual assault cases where it was not her choice to conceive, right? She didn't get to make the choice of having the action of sex, where it is killing her or she is killing the child, right? So those are the three, to me, those are the only three instances where it is viable no matter what time it makes sense. With financial, there is so many options, I guess, right? And I'm never gonna say that like, oh, I'm never gonna be one to say that like I approve of single motherhood or I approve of people having to overwork themselves, right? I get those are really bad situations, but I feel that if you were to court mandate that the father in the relationship has to give a portion, I mean, it does exist, right? The shit, what's it called? um, child support exists, right? But having it so that there's something like a pregnancy support where it was a fair choice, and there has to be proof again on both sides that this was something that both of them condoned to, because as rare as it is, men do get raped too, right? And women will abuse it to become more financially stable. I'm not saying all will do that, but again, be it there's going to be bad men and women in this world, we have to accept that. So as long as everything is fair, I have no reason to argue against it. The only reason I do not like abortions is because it's never fair. It's always just one person's opinion over the other. And so far, women's opinions are winning, which doesn't make sense to me if everyone's big end goal is equality. But yeah, there's my point on it. See, I can be calm. If I can sit going off of me saying that I'm not calm. But yeah, okay, at least is that more fair, Julia?
I'm okay.
Is that more open?
Let's go, Julia. We're waiting on you.
Oh. I don't know. Again, I said this right from the start that I knew that this was going to be something that wasn't going to be an easy.
On a much
An
lighter
easy
note, my
topic.
drug dealer gave me a lot of gummies and pills today, so I'm stacked, yo.
Yeah, I don't know how. Oh, yeah, I saw you got like a fuck ton, man. I still have like half of like the. I bought them
I
like
kind of want
on
to
the
try
day of the
those
Super
ones, the
Bowl.
ones you have.
I will buy like when we're back in St. Kitts, I can buy another bag and we can do it together.
Yo, you see,
I
we're
can
probably
buy
gonna
you.
be back in September. Like, there's a real high chance.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
That
That's
means
like
Stone Magic shows again, dude.
Yo, I want to do that. Like I'm running Magic Club. I swear I want to do one
Bro,
day
you gotta
where
teach
I
me a
just
couple
come
easy
to it.
ones. Ones that
Yo,
are
I
not your
told you, just
signature
come.
ones.
No, like literally, just come to Magic Club. I teach everything. I
I
teach
bet, say
simple
less.
tricks. I even taught my own tricks sometimes. I don't understand why people don't fucking come to them. I literally
I have my personal favorite. The one you showed me
yeah.
that day when we were sitting outside the campus store, the one with the freaking
Oh
cat
yes,
and your shirt.
yeah.
I really
I
like that
fucking love
one.
that trick.
Yeah,
That one's like such a stupid trick that's so easy
it's
to
pretty sick.
perform as well.
I
But
like
my
that one.
big thing is like I don't understand. This is okay here. A rant at the end of our talk thing. A new little piece. I don't understand why people don't join Magic Club. But I understand some people like, oh, it's because I'm not a magician. And I like specifically tell people, you do not need to be a magician. I will teach you the basics all the way up to my own personal tricks. Tricks that people have asked me when I've performed to them, how do you do it? I'm like, just come to Magic Club. I will teach you how to do it. the trick that I even did to you, one of my best tricks, the top trick. When someone asked me what my best trick is, my go-to trick, I have taught that.
Right.
But people just don't understand the fact that I will teach it if you ask and come to Magic Club. But yeah, no, honestly, like I'm down to do that again, and I actually really want to do a high magic trick because I did one once, and the result of it was so good because I was super confused at what I did, but I got to the right end result. So
Right.
I got to where it had to end. I was hella confused but impressed with myself. Everyone else was really high but was impressed because I did something. Everyone was just screaming. It was one of the best experiences I had. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
You
no,
got audio.
100%.
You got an
Yeah,
audio.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just wanted to give you like different scenarios because it's not all one story.
Oh yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for understanding that.
Thank you. I,
Unlike
I,
our American people across the border.
I tried to like emphasize that it's more circumstantial, but like
Hmm.
I wanted there to be at least a foundation for that circumstantial thing to be built on, which is that it has to be fair end of the day, right? It
Right.
shouldn't be one person's opinions matter more than the others, right? Now it's a little different when we talk about like sciences and stuff where someone's more qualified to talk about something. Then I'm like, yes, their opinion weighs way more than mine because I'm only getting a fucking bachelor in business. I cannot really talk too much about science. But when it comes to the opinion of like abortions and shit, like there should be a solid ground where it's both people's opinions on it and it should be talked about and it should end of the day be fair for both parties, right? Yeah, okay, let's get off that topic. That topic. I'm not gonna get heated again unless someone fucking calls me out on some stupid shit again. There's my warning for like our sixth podcast. If you ever call me out on something stupid, then I will like attack you and like I'll go off. But like other than that, I'm pretty chill, I think. 9 times out of 10, I don't like people can call me the stupidest of shit and I'll be like, you're right. I don't give enough of a fuck. Um, let's go back to talking about weed because that's more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Once Brock opens up again, because I have a place at Lofts.
Oh, you got one already?
Yeah, I have like basically I have a place guaranteed to me. It just hasn't told me where.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the email for that because they just sent out an email 2 weeks ago, kind of like stating what you would like your roommates to be like,
Okay.
right? And like what you are like,
Oh,
just
so
to
you
make sure
like
that.
registered for lofts, right?
Yeah, I like signed up. I think in
Wait, but
November,
is it like
October.
guaranteed? Like, what if you find a different place?
It's guaranteed. I have
Oh,
a
so like
hundred
you have
percent.
to go there now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
which is fine. I mean, honestly, Lost is a nice place. It's
It's
very
cool that
close
it's
to
close to
Brock.
school and stuff.
And like where one of my other set of friends are living, some like the people I chilled out with, they're like really close by, so I can either walk or drive there. And I'm planning to get a car anyways next year, so like I'm going in like Lofts is the best place because then I won't be wasting gas going to school. I can just walk, but I have the option that if I need my car, I just have to walk back to Lofts and
You're
use
gonna
it.
have to worry about like 2 parking passes and all that shit. And Loft's supposed
And
to jack up their parking
I'm
pass fees
fine.
too.
That's what I mean. Like if that's what I was saying is like if I ever need to use it, like that's why I like being at Lofts is I can just walk to school,
Right,
right? And if I need to use my car, it's most likely to go like Penn Center or my friends' places,
right,
right?
right,
So if I lived somewhere else, there's a chance I would have to use my car for that. And I know Brock's parking pass is way more expensive than Lofts. So I'm
right,
gonna take Lofts over park. And if I ever need to use a parking pass for Lofts, I'll probably use the visitor parking cheat. I'm not gonna say
right.
it on live what that
No,
is.
apparently,
It,
apparently what they're doing now is they're adding like it's a lot harder to do that kind of shit now. They're adding, those like those fold down gates and stuff they have at like parking garages.
really, they're gonna do those
Yeah, they're
now.
doing that at Lofts. They've installed those.
Oh no, I'm not talking about Lofts. Lofts I'll get the parking pass for because I'm living
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah.
I'm talking about the one for the Brock. There's a way that you can get in and only use a visitor parking pass. I'm not gonna say how.
Okay, okay.
And it's just using just a visitor parking pass. But Yeah, just because I could get in a lot of shit for saying that one.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, no, it's again, once I get that place, well, first thing I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna go to LCBO and buy a fuck ton of drinks
I
and
feel
like just
that.
stock on a bar. I
I'm gonna
have
roll
not
up a
had,
spliff as soon as I get back, yo.
man, I have not. I've
The
drank
last time I
recently,
smoked, last time I smoked was like a really, really long time ago.
the
I used
last time
to I
I
used to rip
smoked,
bowls at lunch at work. 'Cause
yeah,
this one guy I work with, he has a vaporizer. I've never used those before. They're pretty sick. It's basically like a vape, right? And
yeah.
there's like a bowl in it, so you fill it with like straight bud, and then you set
Oh,
it to a certain heat, and then you smoke out of it, just like you would like a vape. And you have like a 5 minute timer to smoke it, and it's pretty good, yo. Like and it's a lot smoother than smoking straight out like a straight spliff or something.
really?
Oh yeah, it's great. I loved it. It's like the machine itself is like $120 or something like that for like a good one.
Oh,
So it's
that's
like
not.
totally worth investing in.
Yeah, that's not terrible. I mean, end of the day, I choose Eddie's over smoking it. The last time I did was like St. Patrick's Day last year,
Yeah, the last time I've
maybe
smoked was
before.
like like last April, maybe no, last March, something like that.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I'm okay with it because I got the Eddies, so I'm like all right. Um, because I don't really, I'm all right with the smoking part of it, but I'm not like I need it kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah, no, I'm not like fiending over it.
Right. But what was I doing? Um, the big thing for like liquors is because like it's just I have nothing at home, like because my parents just don't like me drinking.
Right.
It's their own prerogative. I don't give a shit enough, right? The only problem is like when I'm at home all the time, I can't
Yeah, no,
do
I
it
feel
myself,
you.
right? And especially because like you don't know you've never actually had any of my drinks, but like I got more into like doing like mixed drinks and stuff
Right.
and creating those kinds of things. And because I do those kinds of things, I like have like a bunch of drinks that I want to try out making. But to do that, you need to actually like physically test it out. Because one lovely thing I learned with alcohol is that if you mismatch it a little bit too much, there's a chance that you can get alcohol poisoning, and you shouldn't serve that ever, right? You should be the
Right.
first one to test it. Like the difference between like cooking and baking, especially with alcohol, is that like cooking and baking, no matter how much you fuck up, there's a very easy way to come back from it. Like a
Uh-huh.
very simple, like one or two things. With alcohol, is a little bit different. It's a very like
Yeah.
hard thing to come back if you make a mistake.
It's a
And
dangerous
so
game.
learning to do that is that you have to make sure that like you do it yourself as much as you can. And
Right.
I have like so many drinks I want to try testing out. And like I made a rule like for like any of my friends basically was that if they want to come over my place, you have to bring me any size bottle of drink. It can be like even like those little like shot glass, like the shot ones, or it can be like a nice big bottle. But the reason is like whenever I bring someone over to my place, I always like having a drink and talking with them. Just it's always more calm whenever you have a drink together or you have like a smoke together or something together. All right. So like I made that like little rule, and end of the day, I'm never gonna enforce it. You come over my place, I'm not gonna be like you must have a fucking bottle of liquor to come in my house. But
Yeah.
like it's more like say I love rum. I fucking love rum. Bacardi is my
Oh, you're a
favorite, and
rum guy?
Kraken is like I love it. And I think it was because Bacardi like here's why. I got like before I was legally able to drink, I had a lot of vodka because that's all my parents like.
Right.
Right? And so that's all I had. So I got like tired of vodka, and like my first drink when I was legal was rum, was Bacardi, and I like it a lot more. And I love Coke anyway, so rum and Coke is my go-to like drink. Right? And so because of that, I just love rum. But I know a lot of people don't enjoy the taste of rum and the taste of like, the drinks I'm. Oh, my, he's reconnecting. Give him a second to reconnect. I'm just gonna take a sip of my water. He's back. Okay. So like I've had a lot of vodka, I don't like it, and I love rum, and I know a lot of people don't enjoy it, right? So any of the drinks I make, I want to make it so that anyone can drink it. So say you love vodka. If I don't have vodka in store because I don't drink vodka a lot, it would be just good if you brought a bottle of vodka and I can make at least 3 or 4 drinks out of that for you, 4 different types of drinks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I feel that.
And that being said, like that's why I kind of said, because I also liquor is fucking expensive,
Oh yeah.
like insanely expensive, and it's better than going to a bar and drinking, 100%. Just having the
So
bottle is
much
a lot
cheaper.
cheaper, but it's still like really expensive. Like to get a good bottle of like Bacardi that like lasted me maybe 2 weeks. Then again, it was like 1.5 liters of
Oh, you
liquor.
one of those ones?
I had like one of those ones. It was like 40, $50, right? Like it's expensive, right? And then again, like I'm a heavy drinker. Like it takes me a lot to get drunk. So like that bottle lasted me, I think, like 2 or 3 weeks, really. All right. And like if I bought like a Jägermeister and some like
I
Red
hate
Bulls,
those. Oh my god, I hate Jaeger.
I love making Jaeger bombs. That's why,
It
because
tastes like ass,
I know it
dude.
does, but it's so much fun doing it with someone just to see who can stomach it the fastest, right? But like when I bought those, it costed me. I think the Jägermeister I bought was only $15, but then on top of the Red Bull, it cost a bunch. I then did during like St. Patrick's Day, I wanted to create some Irish car bombs, which is basically what you do is you get you get Guinness, like a can of Guinness, you pour half into 2 cups, and you do a shot of Bailey's into it. You drop it, you chug, and whoever usually how it's done is if you drink it at a bar, whoever drinks it last has to pay up for it, right? And it's great. It's weird because it like the Bailey's curds really quickly, so you have to drink it really fast. But I love creating drinks like that where it's fun to drink it, even though it tastes like shit. It's just fun, right? And I also created like this Shamrock Shake thing that I made, not the one from
Right.
McDonald's. Have to say that because I'm not creating that because I did work at McDonald's, so I didn't steal the recipe. But it was like this little Shamrock Shake shot that I made out of Bailey's, vodka, double shot mud vodka, and then white chocolate liqueur, and then mint liqueur. Right, and like I made this shot. I found a recipe online, couldn't find half the liqueurs at LCBO, so I just made up the thing myself, and it tasted really good. Apparently, all my friends liked it.
Huh.
But that's what I mean. Like, but that was because I had the chance to experiment and do it that I was able to create that, right? And having the ability to know that like I can't shake hot liquids, right? I have to make
Right.
sure that every liquid that I use is cooled down, and because if you use a hot liquid, the gas will expand and you'll basically bust an entire fucking shaker bottle everywhere,
Right.
right? But then being able to create something simple, like I created what's called the Devil's Coffee. This was during like the peak of the pandemic, so during the summer. What it was I don't know if you have TikTok.
Yep.
So do you remember like going around? There was like that iced coffee where it's like the milk, and then you have like this instant coffee like cream thing that you would pour on that you have to make.
Uh-huh.
Right, so I made one of those, but then I put it like a little bit of a Bailey's and rum and vodka twist onto it, where it's basically that. Then you get a shaker bottle, you add a shot and a half of whatever liquors you want. You do a shake
Mhm.
of it and you drink it, and it's just mwah, perfection, right? But again, to do that, I had to experiment at least 4 times to get the right amount of liquor I wanted to add into it.
Right.
But yeah, it's just that aspect of not being able to test out things. It's just really hard for me. And then seeing some of my friends, because some of my friends do live on res, not res. They live in Catharines because they accidentally signed a lease for too long and they couldn't get out of it.
Right.
And so it's like seeing them party all together. It's like I'm like, fuck, I really kind of want to be back there again. And I
Yeah,
miss
I
it.
feel that.
And like I still and not like having conversations like this or video calling with people does help like a little bit, but like being there with someone's a lot different than just calling them over like FaceTime or something.
Oh yeah.
Right? And like that reality sunk deep onto me last week. And but again, I said this at the start of our podcast, I try not to bring things from the past into my present moment. But it's something that like no matter how much I want to forget about it, it's always gonna exist that like I need fucking people around or else I go mad. But yeah, my week has been that basically, just me thinking a lot. And we haven't had this like podcast in a while, so I haven't had the chance to talk about those fucked up thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, my bad for that, yo. I've just been like
No, it's
going
so
through
good.
shit and
I
like,
know, I know, I know. You told me about it all, and I'm like, you know what,
yeah.
that's fair. I remember when I went through similar shit, and I'm like, I needed a moment or two just to get my head in the right place before I did
Yeah.
stuff again.
It helps, yo, taking time off and like just
It
chilling.
does. It does. The only problem is like this is personally my problem is whenever I chill by myself, I'm left just with my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And that just gets
Yeah.
annoying, and I'm like, I don't want this. I need someone to talk to. And I found myself talking to myself a lot more due to me just being home alone with my dog. And as much fun as it is talking to my dog, after a while,
Yeah.
you, you don't get that conversation back. So you're
Yeah.
like, you know what? Might as well just talk to myself. And it's just been weird. Listen, I don't think you understand how bored I've gotten during this, like me being by myself. I've created an entire manga storyline by myself, all in my head, to the point that I can recite the entire thing. It's not written anywhere else. It is just all in my head, but I can recite to you the first thing all the way to the end exactly how I wanted to go, everything for it. This is how bored I am. I have created an entire storyline just because I was bored. Man, people think I've not gone insane yet. People question if I'm sane. Yo, this is my cry for help. I am not sane anymore.
We're
I've
almost there.
lost my
You're
sense.
almost there. Just soldier it out
Yo,
till September, yo.
yo, maybe. I now have to start looking at jobs again. Oh,
I work weekends anyway, so I'm probably just gonna keep this.
yeah. I
And
wanted to.
I told my workplace that school's starting up again for me,
Yeah.
and I told them that I can still do the weekend shifts. I might have to alter my timings a little bit because if I have to catch the bus here, I can't be doing the closing shift, right?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Honestly, though, like,
And again, they're like super lenient with shit like that. So,
that's nice.
uh,
See, my week has been like my next couple of weeks is just very on and off. Where like it's a very school heavy, but there's so much other things now that like it's getting closer to spring, summertime that like personal things are coming up again that I have to look
right.
into. Um, and so I have to like it's one thing. It's just like in December was different, right? Where like though a lot of like personal things came like fun fact for everyone listening, my birthday's in December, right? But those stuff like that came up. I never had like a lot of emphasis on my birthday. I just like to
Yeah,
me it's just another day. And this is
exactly.
everyone feels this is just as another fucking day to them, right? But then everyone else likes to make it a big fucking hurrah. And I still do this to my friends. Like whenever it's their birthday, I do the biggest fucking hurrah I can do. I went like I don't think you understand. I spent almost like $200 buying liqueurs and different things for my friend just to make sure he had a good time. And I do this to any of my friends. I do not give a flying fuck. I will like if I can do it, I will do it. Right?
Right.
But for my own birthday, I do not care.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like
exactly the same. I'm exactly the same.
right? But like during the December, even though exams and like assignments, it was really heavy on me. It didn't feel as much as it is now because now it's going from the school to personal life transition rather than from like semester to semester transition,
Yeah.
right? So like a big thing is like I'm planning to get another phone now, so I have to go over to Costco and then have to barter to get a good deal on a phone. But then I also want to make sure that I have enough money to buy myself a car still, while also making sure that like my new phone bill isn't extremely high. And then on
Yeah.
top of that, I want to buy some new stuff to like better suit myself in the business world. So like a nicer jacket, some nicer clothes, a nicer watch and shit.
Right.
Because sadly in the business world, that's what people look at. So a lot of those like little tiny things they accumulate to something bigger.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
so these like even though it's nice to chill out and relax, I've realized that like if I don't stress about it now, I'm going to kill myself later with it because it just comes at like such a big rush. And I find it better that whenever I stress about something because it makes me get things done faster. Like the best example, especially for this week, was I told you during the start I had like a test, an assignment, and then a presentation due all this week, right?
Right.
Now, if I didn't stress about it as much as I did before, I would not have done as much of like my other little like form homeworks on the side as I did now. Like I finished all my form homework, and all I have to do now is just my assignments, right? And I'm done the test, I'm done the presentation. I just have to go over it like one or two more times and get like my dress code done. And then the assignment itself, I have 2 full days where I can just burn through that assignment.
Right.
Right. And that's why I find like stressing over those things is a little bit better for me personally. But again, to each their own. If you need that time to chill out, I understand. Because if I don't do what I do, like my nightly routine is this. Here, I'm gonna go. You get my. This has been like a very personal conversation today. I'm just going over through like all my routines and shit. So my like daily routine is I wake up at 8 a.m. I get down, I drink my tea, and for an hour I like watch YouTube or something, just so that like I'm not like waking up and studying because I don't like doing that. Then around from like 9 to 10, what I do is I do a little bit of training with my dog just because I started doing a training session with him. I go to PetSmart, so I'm starting to do that. So I'd spend about like an hour, but I do only 5-minute increments, getting him to do that, making sure he's all good. And then I spend 10 to 11 studying. And then
Mhm.
from 11 to around 12ish, it's a dog walk. And then once I get home around like 11:45, usually I spend again a couple minutes doing like a little bit of training with my dog, and then go back to studying till 1:30. 1:30 to 2, I feed my dog, and then after that I go back to studying. My brother comes down at 3 to relieve me to watch with my dog, so I can go do some like voice call studying and stuff.
Right.
And then I just study and do like other small things, and that's already really stressful for me. I'm someone who needs. I need to do something to get shit done, right? If I'm doing something
Right.
boring, I'll tune out of it. So I every night what I do is at 10, I'll go downstairs and I'll just game for like an hour. And then after I'm done, like I'll play literally like maybe 2 missions of Devil May Cry, and then I'll go back to studying for a bit, and then I go back to gaming. And then go back to studying and go back to gaming until 2 a.m. and then I go to bed. Which is really unhealthy because I'm getting like what fucking 6 hours of sleep. But fuck it, it's fine. But like that's what I mean. Like chilling out, I understand. So because I need to have that time where I'm just gaming or I'm doing something in that present time, or else I will not be able to focus on my studying. Right. But
Right.
again, to each their own. I always say to each their own, but I have to emphasize that point because
Yeah.
people don't understand that we live different lives, right? You have to understand that the way I live my life, I like how I do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a good the way I do it. If you want to live your life another way, as long as you're not harming yourself or anyone else, go have fun with it, right? But yeah, I always like to end our podcast on a positive note. I don't want to make it too sad.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about us going on ending it with my lovely. I think this is the first time I actually got like angry on a podcast. Like out of all, I've never gotten that mad and cursed that much in such a short period. I curse a lot, but like that was like 10 seconds of almost pure just me saying fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of went off there.
I did, but like again, I hate it when someone does that kind of shit to me. And again, I'm chill for most problems. Just don't try to put words in my mouth that don't exist, and
Yeah.
don't give me a title that's not true. Oh, he's reconnecting again. All right. Is there anything? I guess we can end it now. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to talk about? Oh, he's reconnecting again. Don't. Wait, can I get copyrighted for doing the Jeopardy theme song? I really hope not. All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we head off?
Nah, I'm good. I
No,
need
all right.
recovery time from today's verbal warfare.
That's fair, man. All right. So to end it off, so I'll be posting this on YouTube sometime. I used to say that I'll be posting it tonight, but like I've said that so many times, I've just never done it. So I'll post it in due time. It'll be on here. If you want our YouTube channel, it is Random Stuff with Mara and Sid. Literally, if you type in Random Stuff with Mara and Sid, I think it's the first one that comes up. Our like little profile picture is green, has like little question marks, says random stuff. Sid's brother made that, fucking cool. I got to add that in there. Yeah, and if you ever have any topics you want us to talk about, you can email us. Our business email is in our about section in our YouTube channel, or you can just leave a comment on any one of the YouTube videos. I do check it once in a while, and as of right now, we have 0 comments, and it makes me sad. You guys are hurting me emotionally. I want more comments.
Or just DM me late at night and tell me, hey, Trey,
You'll literally DM either of us. I'm down to talk.
if you
I've
talk
had
about
some
this in your next show, you'll get me wet. And I'd be like, say less.
say, oh, you'll get me wet. Yo, if someone said that to me, I would be concerned. I will still talk about it just because I need topics to talk about. But I'll be like, very, I think that's everything. Anything?
No, yo. I got nothing else to say. Oh my goodness.
else, people, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Peace.